Hello and welcome. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. This is Claudia Monicelli, also known as Christelle Martinet. And today we're diving into an incredibly important topic for me. I'm a voice coach and a voice specialist. And the topic is how to unlock your authentic voice. We'll touch on techniques for clear communication. First of all, you need to know that your authentic voice is your unique expression. It comes literally from the soul. It's how you share your thoughts. It's how you share your feelings and ideas with the world. It also, big takeaways, big benefits are boosting confidence. It builds trust. And it enhances your relationships and the relationships that you have with the world and those around you. The common barriers that create difficulty for you when you are about to speak, whether it's on a one-to-one basis, one-to-many, small groups, larger groups, is basically, and the biggest fear, is fear of judgment. There's also lack of self-confidence, not knowing what to say, feeling like you're being a fraud. And I'd also like to discuss here a story that illustrates these battles. It's a personal story. And before getting into the techniques, I want to share a personal experience with you. Whenever I need to take the floor in a one-to-many conversation, I experience this wave of anxiety. Okay, it's something I've struggled with for years, and you're here seeing me speaking. So, you might think, well, she's got over it. Okay, but I often, right before I speak, I would often break into a cold sweat. My heart races and I start to hyperventilate. I started to hyperventilate. It's an overwhelming feeling that can be quite paralyzing. What helps me now and helped me then was to learn that first sentence verbatim, learn it by heart. It's like having a safety net. Once I get that first sentence out, that first line out, it feels like a weight has been lifted off of my shoulders and everything starts to flow more smoothly and more rapidly, fluently. From there, I find my rhythm, because you feel this rhythm. And the cadence also beats the rhythm of your speech. And the conversation becomes much easier. And over time, I've learned that these initial moments of fear are natural. And with practice, it does, in fact, get better. Now, there are techniques for discovering your authentic voice. You can journal, all right? You prompt in your journals, you write, well, what do I generally care about? When do I feel most myself? Answer those questions. What do I care about the most? All right. In my case, it was seeing the person in front of me or the people in front of me understand that they were understanding, and this nodding from the audience. But it's not always that easy. You will see at times, before any of that happens, you start talking, you have created these initial sentences and you're so happy about them, and everybody's watching you and no one's nodding. Okay, but there is a breakthrough with that because you become more convincing with the way you speak, your nonverbal language as well. I have, you need to also bring into your daily affirmations. I know many of you have affirmations, prayers, and a lot and similar things. But you need to affirm this over and over. I have a unique voice. I have a unique voice that deserves to be heard. I have a unique voice that deserves to be heard. There are mindfulness practices as well, meditation exercises that focus on self-awareness and self-acceptance. Is my nose really that ugly? Is my hair too wild? Will people criticize me? What about this mouth and all these teeth? Just accept the way you are. Another very important exercise and thing to bring into your daily practice are breathing techniques. Breathing, you can go into the box breathing, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Think of a box. Breathe. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. This will allow you to feel as if you're in control. And I say feel as if because it's not an illusion, but it's with time, it improves. Now, there are also voice exercises, obviously, that we need to bring into our daily routine. And many are warm-up exercises. Humming, and they're like like that sound. But the humming, for those of you who know the Arabic language, the guttural sounds of the throat are wonderful, or the humming, and using your mouth to form different, an oval shaped horizontally and shaped vertically. Lip trills, with the tip of your tongue close to the top teeth. And tongue twisters. We know tongue twisters. Tongue twisters are phrases that are difficult to pronounce because they're similar groups of sounds that are repeated. Okay, they're called tongue twisters. Also, practice different tones and pitches to see what feels more natural to you, whether you can really use this cadence because it feels natural, or something that is more harmonious. Something that is more harmonious. Is that more natural for you? Play with that and the tones and the pitches, high and low, high and low. Now, there are different techniques as well that can be used for clear communication. One of the very, very important things to bear in mind is that you need to structure your thoughts before you're speaking. So your language or your speech or your message needs to be formed in an outline first, using simple language and direct language. Okay, when I mean simple and direct, that usually means removing a lot of adjectives and a lot of adverbs. Those in English or any language, they're called padding. All right, it's a natural way of speaking to use many different parts of speech. More direct and simple language is to say what you want to say. Today, I'm here to tell you that 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's direct. Then even more important than the clarity and conciseness in your preparation is what I call the practice of active listening. I can't tell you enough how important it is to listen and to understand, not just to respond. There are techniques. You can use this by listening to documentaries, listening to YouTube videos that talk about different topics that you're interested in. Listen, paraphrase, listen to the video, pause, and then paraphrase what was just said, which is an exercise of communication that will allow you to increase the wealth of your vocabulary. Also ask open-ended questions, not only yes-no questions. Yes-no questions would be similar to, do you live in New York? No, I don't live in New York. Or, did you find that living in New York was much more interesting than living in Washington, D.C.? And if so, why? And get people to exchange with you and listen. Then there's also a really, really, really important point is nonverbal communication. Here I am, the Italian in me will not let me keep my hands tied down. Body language. Body language is everything. 90%. I would like to say 90%. When we say body language, we look at the posture, eye contact, keeping contact with the person you are speaking to, and facial expressions. When I started working as a speaker and speaking in front of people in person, other speakers who I trained with and who coached me said, look, make believe, choose one person out there and speak to them. Make believe that person is your grandmother and she doesn't hear very well and she doesn't have such a great education. You want to make your communication simple for her and clear and loving, in a loving manner. That means conveying the communication openly. Use also, I mentioned being Italian and the gesticulation, but sometimes gestures enforce your communication. And I'm going namaste here. Gestures inform. Raise yourself up. Raise your souls up. Never give up. Okay, so these are important bits of gestures that can add to the wealth of what you're saying. Now, there are, of course, you're asking yourself, yes, but I'm nervous and I don't know if I could handle criticism. All right, so first of all, dealing with nervousness. All right, you need to work with grounding techniques, deep breathing, not only the box breathing, but deep breathing. And something that I have always worked with my students, my voice students, is visualization. And it's not that easy. In the beginning, when I was teaching this, I used to think, everybody can visualize, but not many people really can. When I say visualization, all right, so say that my topic is about the soul. What happens to the soul when a person passes away? And I talk to my audience, and the audience are a group of spiritual trainers, people who are interested in the afterlife, a mixed group, professors, anything. I forget what I'm supposed to say. In my mind, I start to visualize the person who has passed, the soul leaving, and visualize what I need to explain. And of course, practice and preparation. Practice makes perfect. We've always heard practice makes perfect. I like to practice in front of a mirror. I used to, because it helps. If I don't convince myself, I don't think I would ever be able to convince others. Now, getting down to brass tacks, brass tacks, handling criticism. It's extremely difficult. A lot of people are at odds with compliments, and you either turn red or you just bow your head, or you think the person is crazy or is blind if they give you a nice compliment about the way you look, but you just thank them. That's kind of you to say. Or constructive feedback. You spent too little time on the beginning of your talk because we didn't understand where the talk was going. Oh, that's a good point. I have to remember that for next time. Okay, so you accept constructive feedback gracefully and invite it, actually. You need to build resilience and self-trust. Trusting first, of course, within yourself, but resilience, bouncing back. That means bouncing back. We're going to fall. When you learn to ski, the first skiing instructors, the first thing they teach you is how to get up from a fall. And there's a reason for that, because you will be falling quite a bit. Now, it's also another thing that you need to work into your day is finding opportunities to practice. Join speaking clubs, they're all over, or engage in conversations with friends. Relatives, listen to me. Tell me what you think about what I'm saying. The biggest help is found in recording yourself. Now, I have to spend 30 seconds, a minute here about the recordings. You will not like to listen to your voice, recorded voice. No one likes to listen to their recorded voice. All right, so let's rounding up here. I summarized the importance of unlocking your authentic voice and discussed a few of the techniques in this short video. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed for more content on personal growth and well-being. There's also a bell you can press so you'll be notified for any new content. I want to encourage you to leave your comments below and about your experience or any questions you may have. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, your voice matters and the world needs to hear your voice. Until next time, stay blessed and take care. Bye-bye.